finally here. We cleaned out the office today. The truck is packed. So if we missed anything, it's too bad.
Who's driving the truck, Cindy?
I am driving the truck. You might have to call me so I don't oversleep.
Yeah.
So the event is officially 9 to 2, but at 8 o'clock we're starting registration. So new this year is the walk is right in the beginning of the event. So we've got Baker Square coming. We've got a number of the food trucks doing coffee, hot chocolate. We've got muffins, cinnamon rolls, caramel rolls. So come early. The walk is 9 to 10. It's not going to take you an hour by any stretch. There's 2 walk routes. A really short route if your dog can't go longer, or you can do the longer one that goes down past the lake and back around up. So it's 0.6 and 1.2. So very easy walks. We're doing again the foster fan board, which is similar to the holiday icons that everyone's familiar with. So you can purchase paw stickers for 10, 25, 50, or 100. We'll have big boards on the backstop of all the dogs that are available for adoption, and you can just buy the paw sticker and then put the sticker on and write a note. Those notes will get transcribed over onto their web pages. Foster Showcase, it's running from 10:30 to 12:30, so we shorten that time to hopefully make it a little bit easier on some of the fosters. And then right after the showcase at 12:30, there will be 15 minutes for everyone to line up, and then 12:45 to 1:45 will be the parade. And it probably won't take that long, because I think we're in the neighborhood of 35 dogs or something like that. And right after. What? Here, say it again. She can sing happy birthday. Do you want to sing? And 1:45 is the raffle drawing and the silent auction. Jane, I did have a question from somebody online that if they can't stay to the event and they've been on silent auction items, and we're stopping silent auction and raffle purchases at 1 o'clock, can they stop and pick up their stuff right at 1 o'clock and not wait for 1:45?
105.
1:05.
I just want to make sure everybody has a chance to get their last bid.
Okay. All right. We have a lot of cool things to bid on this year, so make sure you stop by. Another thing we're doing this year is a scavenger hunt, and it's really easy. On the front side, there's kind of like a caricature map, and there's 7 bones, so you have to go and get little sticker dots from each of the 4 categories. You've got any of the RAGOM shops, corporate sponsors, any of the activity areas that we have running, or any of the vendors in the village. And it says it all on the map, what you have to do. And then you can turn in the card, information to it. And we'll be doing drawings every 15 minutes for free stuff. So we've got umbrellas, and fleece jackets, and stuff to give away. So we're trying to get them all away. Then on the back, it's just a quick, I think, 8-question survey. We're just trying to get some metrics around the event. You know, do you like it? How many times have people been there? How many dogs do you bring? We're also, Devin and her team are going to bring these wristbands, so all your dogs are going to be tagged. You've probably seen that on Facebook. So we're trying to get a good count of dogs, you know, to prove that we are the biggest. Okay? So don't be afraid if someone comes up to your dog and starts jumping inside. You gonna do it on the collar, or are you gonna do it on the leash? On the handle of the leash. Okay. Also on the handle of the leashes of the foster dogs, you'll see little QR codes. So people can take their smartphones, you got the QR code readers on there, and that'll direct you right to their web pages. So for people who don't know a lot about us, and they wonder what those QR codes say, just snap it with your phone, and you can read more about, you know, the dogs that you're interested in. Okay? Yeah, you're going to start a cascade. The food trucks will be up and running early. We have Cajun Goat and the old butcher shop that we had last year, plus Baker Square, so those are the 3 vendors. RAGOM shop will be open early, so if you guys are coming early for registration, you'll have plenty to do. We'll have the lure course up and running at 8:30, and we'll have the off-leash play area open and the RAGOM shop. So lots to do, and eat breakfast too. The Lost Dog Rapid Response team is going to have a really large booth. It'll be set out kind of like a big U, and there at the end of the U to get the whole space on that side. So go and see, they'll just be running demos throughout the day of what they're new processing and what we've done recently with the lost dogs. We also have photos at the pavilion, and if you've seen the stuff online, if you want a guaranteed photo spot, you can go online to the RAGOM shop and purchase a specific time slot for $25. And we have Santa Claus coming. So you can, just do your dog. You can do dog and people. So if you want to do people and you want that holiday shot, you can, bring some clothes to change into for your appointment. The restrooms are right there. They're right in the pavilion. And you can have your choice of a holiday setting with or without Santa, or a neutral setting if you just want something otherwise. And they will give you 7 to 10 photos, and you're gonna walk home with a USB stick with your photos on. And you can do anything that you want with photos, photo cards, anything. So it's a pretty sweet deal. So there's a limited number of spots. They can only maximize 29 shots in the whole day. They're running every 10 minutes. So if you want one of those spots, I would suggest going online tonight and going ahead and purchasing one of those. I would not purchase in the morning. That's probably not going to give us enough time. I wouldn't purchase online in the morning. That's not going to give them enough time for us to get the receipts and get everything coordinated. And additionally, again, we have the vendor village. So we'll have other vendors for you to buy stuff from. Lure course, again, is running from 8:30 to 12:30, and we can get about 20 dogs an hour through there. You can purchase a voucher at the RAGOM shop, and then you can kind of pick a time slot. So they're all broken down into 15-minute increments. So we don't want you standing in line for the whole day. If you want to do lure course, just go buy a voucher for whatever time you're looking for, and then just show up around that time and get in line. Open swimming will be all day. Off-leash play will be up at 8:30. We have agility and canine good citizen booths this year, so if you've ever wanted to know what's involved in getting a canine good citizen certificate for your dog, we've got people there, and actually one of the trainers here at Stone Mountain is now going to be helping out with that booth. He's a certified trainer. So, and they'll probably grab people out of the crowd, because some of the elements are like walking your dog past multiple dogs. So if you're walking by, they may draw you in to be an assist. And we'll have some agility elements there that you can also do some A-framing. We've got tunnels, we've got some jumps, and to walk your dog through those elements and just have some fun and be active. One new thing that we did add this year, because it's such a gorgeous beach, 10:30 to 11:30, we're having competitions down at the beach, and swimming is not really required for the dogs, except for maybe one of the fastest retrieve. We'll probably have some categories like the driest dog, or who's too scared to get in the water, silliest shake off, biggest ball hog. So, and the winners of those competitions will also, get some takeaway little gifts for that too. So, not a lot of super athletic ability needed from dogs or people. Just to have a lot of fun. We just stopped at the park on the way here, and all the exits on Highway 96 and 35 are open, so you should be good to go there. When you first come into the park, just keep following the signs and go all the way up to the main pavilion. If that parking lot is full, we'll have a sign there, and you just keep on going down a little bit, and there's 2 big lots at the beach shelter. If we end up having to do additional overflow parking on the lots closer to the park entrance, we do have shuttle services. 2 vehicles doing that can drive you and your dog back to the event, back down to your car. Okay? Not professionally hired. My husband's doing it. He probably doesn't know the full extent, but we were told in the morning. And my brother, so. We're not paying a lot of money for this. So, yeah, you get what you get. But there'll be signs on the vehicle, so, if you end up being down in the lot, just, flag them down. And we'll get you up to the top. Any questions on logistics for the day? It's supposed to be a good day, County 67. Then that would go right to the registration booth, right first thing in the morning. You can either make a general donation, or you can apply it to a walker, but if it's going to be applied to a walker, it has to be done by 9 o'clock. Otherwise, they won't get credit for if they achieve that next level of an incentive price. So, yep. Any other questions? It's not. Everyone's getting excited. So now Jean's going to give a quick update on the garage sale.
I was asked to give an update on the garage sale and how fundraising dollars benefit our dogs. So when I think about RAGOM, I think about volunteers, donations, and fundraising. Any benefits from that, the dogs. My special needs dog, Joy, experienced this. First, a volunteer said yes to take her into labor. And then another volunteer, myself, said yes, I will foster her. And then another volunteer said, yes, RAGOM will do whatever Joy needs for her care. And then another volunteer came up with a catch and trace joyride, and we had a fundraiser. And within a few short days, Joy received enough money to buy her a wheelchair. And so that is how fundraising dollars right to our dogs. The money we raise goes directly to the dogs, all of the dogs.
Cool.
So then we decided to do the garage sale to raise money for the dogs. I'm sure everybody's heard that we successfully raised $1,300 for the garage sale. And I would like to personally thank everybody who helped. It was a really good team effort. Volunteers donated items. Volunteers ran around and picked up items. Volunteers came and priced items. Volunteers came and bought items. So it was really a big group effort for everybody, and truly a great team effort. So I'm happy to say that we will be having a second annual garage sale next year. Have you told Bob yet?
Yeah. He'll know the date when it gets close.
That's it.
Stuff starts going up.
Getting married that time. Some of the leftover items were donated to the Goodwill. And the things that I could pack up and box up, we're going to store at Julie's house. She gracefully offered some space for next year. Everything that was donated was really popular. The things that really didn't sell were maybe things that were a little bit more worn out or broken, those kind of things. So we're looking for the same items that you donated this year. We would certainly appreciate next year. A lot of people ask me, how much do I price something? What do you think it's worth? Because I'm asking people to please price your items before you drop them off for next year. That will really help out a whole lot. So what we do if we didn't know what price is, we just go on Craigslist and look up that item, and then kind of go by that price and actually price it a little bit less. Just because it is a garage sale price. So that's kind of where I went to find prices. The other thing we have to work on for next year is Mother Nature is so good to us this year. If it would have rained, we would have been in. So we have to plan a little bit more for that, which I'll work on this year. Next year, the sale dates are tentatively set for August 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. So I'm just asking everybody if they could just save their items and donate them to us next year. The more items we have to sell, the bigger the sale. So it's all up to us what we donate and the more successful. So hopefully we'll do the same thing next year. Thank you.
I did one thing. If there's 2 people available to help with parking tomorrow morning, we really appreciate it. You can either see me or see Sam, in the back there. And additionally, Julie asked me, she's going to do her own plug here. She's walking through with her shirt. Your shirt's over there, $20. And if you didn't, yep, we will definitely sell all those. We do have some new other merchandise this year, we've got navy blue RAGOM hoodie sweatshirts pullover with the RAGOM heart logo on it. We've got the red Glenwood fleece vests with the logo on it. They're red and black, really good looking. Then we have some sweatshirts from last year, a little bit left in inventory, like these Texas orange ones and the green zip-up ones. So lots of stuff to buy if you need more RAGOM branded gear. All right, so that's all I have. So Katie?
I think, yep.
Tracy's next?
Email Tracy.
Okay, I'm not having my time, so, we were just gonna talk a little bit about, we're part of the rescue.org, we answer the rescue.org emails, and I know before I started answering the emails, I didn't know anything about them whatsoever, so we just kind of wanted to let people know that there's somebody that answers emails each day, and there are always questions, they cover just a myriad of questions, some great things like somebody wrote in who saw a dog that they had when it was a puppy and wanted to know if they could meet that dog with their foster. I mean, it's amazing the questions that we get. So all of us that are sending you all those questions, that's where they're coming from, is they're coming into us. And see, it's Nikki and Trace and Danielle, me, Janine, Debbie, Kathleen, and then we have Kelly, who's a new person, and Kathy, right? So those are the names that you're going to see. And so if you get weird questions from us, we just wanted you to know why. Does anybody have any questions about the rescue.org emails? All right, good.
Where do they come from?
The general public.
Yes.
Everybody.
Yeah, they're rarely ever in-house. They're almost always from outside, and they're most commonly people asking about a particular dog.
They'll call the cell phone and I'll tell them they have to rescue.
Yeah.
Send a rescue right now, or I'll be driving. And that's all they're doing. That's about now. They'll mention the dog's name. And
Yeah.
I pretend I don't know anything about that dog and I send them to the rescue.
And it's, a lot of times it's people from out of state.
Yeah.
Yes, we can use more people. I mean, for me, when I wasn't able to do it, it was, kind of a struggle to get people to cover and stuff. So,
We're just kind of the first people of contact that a lot of the general public has. And we just kind of navigate them to where they can get help and assistance. Anything from adopting a dog to they no longer can take care of a dog, we have donation questions, everything.
Magazines, that lady in Lavender magazine
Yeah.
called me. Yep. I sent her to you guys.
and I will say, I was with RAGOM for 4 years before I started doing rescue.org, and I learned more in a week than I did in all those other years. It's amazing what you learn. So if anybody's interested, it's a really good way to be involved, but you don't have to use your chair. It works really well for me. So, and then was somebody wanted to talk about last time?
Devin and Jen, really, or just Devin. Devin and Jen.
Oh, I also wanted to just say quick that my partner, Katie, two of us were planning this, and I had something came up and I couldn't do what I was planning on doing, and Katie jumped in and has just done an absolutely amazing job taking over planning this, so I just wanted to say thank you to Katie.
So I'm Devin, and this is Jim. Hello. And we'd like, I know there are a few members of the Lost Rapid Response team here. Karen is one, Denise is one, Katie's one, Tracy, don't sit. I just wanted to show you some of the core team members and introduce you to the team and the roles that we play. The team was formed 5 or 6 months ago when the board agreed that we needed this role. And basically we have a dedicated team who fulfills certain roles. And if you wouldn't mind reading them, Jen, just kind of give a top line.
Sure. We have the search lead, the field coordinator, awareness coordinator, location support coordinator, web support coordinator, several ground team members, and flyer distributors are subsets of those coordinators.
So basically, the search lead controls the overall strategy and also helps manage how the resources are being divided. And that's that and the field coordinator role. The field coordinator is really boots on the ground. The field coordinator is all about setting the traps, following up on tips and that kind of thing. These two roles take a lot of time, and we really need to have some backup people that we can train in, so that, you know, if Jen's work schedule and my work schedule is too prohibitive, when a dog goes missing, we can have other people or sleep schedule, that too. So we have a full description of the roles that we are looking to fill, as well as an application if you're interested. Is anybody interested in learning more about Lost Dog Team? Anybody? Great. I saw a hand go up and go down really quickly. We will, as Tracy mentioned, we will be at Goldzilla tomorrow, and we'll be able to explain more about what each of the roles does. But one of the important things is to make sure that dogs don't go missing to begin with, like Chaz is chewing through food right now. Jen is going to show you one of the techniques that we recommend for high flight risk dogs. Actually, we can show on Chaz, or we can show on somebody else. But what she's going to do here, she's got a sort of stretchy leash that comes from a stump puppy, and it wraps around your waist, and it basically attaches to a harness on the back. And this is in addition to a collar leash, so that if you accidentally lose it out of your hand, or if the dog pulls out of the collar or the gentle leader, you will be a boat anchor on that way.
You're gonna have to drag you down the street.
Yeah.
You're not going anywhere without it. So for high flight risk dogs, we highly recommend this double safety with the harness. And what's nice about the waist leash is that it's hands-free. You know, I use this on Chaz just routinely now when I want to go
When I get new fosters, this is how I walk them until I know how they're going to be, if they're going to be a flight risk or whatever. They're buckled to me at all times, sometimes even in the house. So it's a really nice job.
They're about what?
Around $30. They sell them here in Stone Mountain. They also sell them at Chicken Nuggets. Yeah, they're really
And the
awesome.
owner has a RAGOM dog, so we can sure go right to him to get him Mr. Goldman.
What's the question? Stump puppy,
They're
right.
a Minnesota-based company
Yeah.
too. So.
Made in the USA. It's a great company. Really high quality stuff. I wanted to introduce some of our other team members. Denise Anderman is a very experienced surgeon. Karen Hayes was our awareness coordinator on the Larry search that we recently had. And by the way, we'll have more information on some of these stories tomorrow. Katie is our web coordinator. So she created the Lost Dog, RAGOM Lost Dog page on Facebook, and she works with Angie Dan.
She also creates a page specifically for the lost dogs, like the Larry page.
Correct. And one of the big things that Katie does is she will immediately post listings on Craigslist, on Lost Dogs USA, on all of those national and local web Lost Dog pages. Tracy just joined us. Just flyers so far. Flyering is the #1 important thing to do when a dog goes missing, because the way you get tips is to get awareness out there. So flyering and awareness distribution is really a key role. And so we're looking for that capability as well, especially if we know how to work Google Maps. That's a big bonus. Any questions on Lost Dogs?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Rick was just saying, don't you dare chew through a third time Rick was just mentioning that we have slip leads too, which are a good technique for dogs that might be, that could be like this, because they will tighten up, the dog pulls and supposed to be able to pull out of it. Any other questions? Yeah.
I have a question about this belt.
Yep.
Can you put more than one dog on one of those, or do you have to have it for one flavor?
I actually have one of those splitters.
Coupler.
Yep, a coupler, and then you just put that on the front. And you can walk 2 dogs. Yep.
Could you do like 4 or 5 dogs?
New York dog walker?
When we have a foster, I'll actually put Maggie Jaden on this with a splitter, and then I'll have the foster right by my side. So,
One of the things that we should mention is if you are a foster and you have a dog go missing, or if you're a resident out there and you have a dog go missing, you call a hotline number, and that's in all of the foster training materials. It's on the website. It's on there. Well, of course, the dog's gone, so you can do refer to that. But it should be in the sale, and Barry, the temp foster. I don't know if everybody knows the story, but Barry was taking care of Larry, a puppy dog dog, when Dale was on vacation in Alaska. And he was coming into his house one day, and his resident dog boisterously pushed open the door, and Larry ran out. The last he saw was a flash of tail heading for the soybean field. Barry called us right away. We had a lost dog team member and a trap set up within 4 hours, and that's allowing for an hour and a half drive time. So we like to know right away. So if you lose your dog, call us. Yeah, I don't know what the foster training says.
We always say 15 to 20 minutes.
15 to 20 minutes.
They can travel pretty far at
They
that
can,
time.
absolutely. Remember we lost Greta? Greta took off from her new adopters, and she got a couple of miles in and out.
And new Toby today just got found, street number 319. Cell phone right over here.
Make it immediately. Yep. Any, Jessica. Yeah, that is a really good question, and that's why we need volunteers in all areas at RAGOM Services. We don't know where the next dog is going to go missing from. So, Grand Forks, Jessica, we might draft you for our team. So, we will work with you as much as we can, but obviously most of the teams are based here in the Twin Cities. But if the adoptive family or the foster is remote, we're on the phone with them all the time, giving them instructions and advice and tips. Anything else?
So I'd just like to add is that I still have people asking me if we found Larry.
That's awesome.
We got the word out.
We got the word out.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
One of the ways on Toby, I was driving and somebody came up to my car and said, "Is that Toby?" And that was my Ford in the car.
Oh,
Yeah, because they'd been a minute talking. Saw the Toby sign. And we only had the signs up 2 days.
One of the ways that we get the word out, now flyering is great to do, but sometimes it can take a little while to ramp up while you're getting people out there distributing. So with Larry, because it was a rural area, we took out a robocall. And for like $100, we were able to reach every neighbor within 5 miles. And that's why Gary's saying that the awareness is very high for Larry. We did that, and we got those lost dog signs that you see along the wall there. We had within, well, those were applicated. Didn't they go over?
That was the first one.
Okay. Yeah, so they were up the next day.
And yard signs were up within 48 hours, yeah.
In a rural area, you hit the major intersections and you get most of the population. So the awareness is very high for this.
Automatic call that goes out here during your call?
Yes, there are several services that will take the lost dog information and then figure out the geographical radius around the point where you tell them. And then they call. And the service that we use calls the primary number that is listed with the utility company as the emergency line. So it could be the landline or it could be a cell phone. Anything else? Okay, I hope, if any of you guys are interested in signing on in any capacity, yes, we have applications here. We have a full description of each of the roles on the left-hand side and then applications on the right. Please help us because there's nothing worse than a lost dog. Wondering where that dog is and where they're going to be okay.
Yeah, no.
Okay, thank you.